diagram of the heart and lungs. The lungs are basic purpose to give the heart, oxygen. So this is the connector tube connecting the right lung and left lung to the heart. Now the heart is divided into 4 parts. Well, also has subparts, but I'll get into that later. This is the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, and the left ventricle. Now, deoxygenated blood comes from the superior vena cava, which is basically this, and the inferior vena cava, which goes behind the heart and comes through the right atrium. Now, when the deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium, there's to go through the rest of the heart and lungs, it has to go through the valves. Now, the valves, which are these two, the tricuspid valve and the bicuspid valve, separate the atriums and the ventricles. So, the deoxygenated blood goes through the tricuspid ventricle the tricuspid valve, to the right ventricle, all the way up to the pulmonary valve, and that's where it'll enter the pulmonary tube to go through the right and left lungs. And before it goes through that, it has to go through the pulmonary arteries, which are these 2 parts right here. Then it goes through the right and left lungs, so it's deoxygenated blood, and through some veins and just other lung stuff, it turns into oxygenated blood. And it goes through the pulmonary veins, which are these 2 right here. Once it enters the these right here, it'll need to be transferred to the left atrium. Yeah. Once it enters the right atrium, it'll have to be transferred to the left atrium. These little tubes right here, small tubes, is what helps the blood flow from the right atrium to the left atrium. So, after that, it has to go through the bicuspid valve into the left atrium. There, it'll flow upwards. Same with this, just like both of them flow upwards to the aortic valve, which will take us to the aortic, which go to the upper body. This part right here is the ascending aorta. This is the arch aorta, basically, transferring blood to the brain. And this is the descending aorta, going down to the rest of the body, like legs. And that is the diagram of the heart and lungs.